Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Ask Eric the Conductor. My name's Eric, and today's question we have, it's a bit of a long one. I'm often very silly and like to have a lot of fun. And I'm old, 63. 63 is not old, but way to go. I also love classical music, but often feel like it's inappropriate to have fun or act anything but serious at concerts. It's a two-parter. Am I just not right for classical music, or can they coexist? Oh my goodness, this is from Anne. And I don't believe you said where you're from. Oh, yes, you are from Ottawa region. Anne, yes, you can be silly and enjoy classical music. Very proof of that is right here. I'm a bit of a goof. I'm quite silly. I love my puns. I love, I don't know, just being silly generally. But I'm also often a serious person, sometimes too serious. And those things, of course, coexist just like anyone. But in the classical music realm, we, of course, can have fun. If you've ever met any classical music performers or composers, you know that they can have a lot of fun, and they often are fun and silly. But aside from that, I want to address the word fun, because I often use it. I think of fun more as joy. And joy is a bit more all-encompassing word in terms of emotions and emotional depth, I suppose. Maybe go one step further than joy, and for lack of a better term of this, is love. Love is a very powerful emotion, of course, and it means you can have love in and for very serious things, for family, for life, for death, for things, I mean, not just for people, but for things, for everything, for the world. And so when it comes to joy, fun, love, it's not just those emotions that bring joy, but I encompass it. I think of it more as a lot of these emotions that come about because of love or joy or fun. We can be very vulnerable, and that can be very challenging. And so classical music itself, when we hear, let's say we hear a Brahms symphony or a slow movement of a Brahms symphony, and it can be very powerful. Or let's say the Allegretto from Beethoven 7. Chom, 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 yadadam, yadadam, bum. It's very heartfelt because we feel it that way, and we assume that Beethoven also felt it that way, but it hits us in a certain way. I think there's joy in perhaps deep emotional sadness and other emotions. So I'm circling around here. I'm kind of going in a circle about emotions, but I feel fun, joy, love are all encompassing of the emotions. So of course, classical music has all that. But also, let's take Beethoven. You take a certain string quartet movements. I have one in mind right now from one of the late quartets, but it is the most joyful thing. You'll laugh out loud when you listen to it, because you just can't help but smile and laugh because it's so joyful and fun. And he'll sometimes displace the downbeats that you're get hiccuped of where it's going, and that's so funny. And look at Haydn. He was a jokester. He was a jokester in life, and he put that in his music. Mozart, of course, we famously know he loved his his potty humor, and so many others as well. Modern composers, modern Canadian composers. Look at I've had great times laughing with Abby Richardson Schulte. With I'm just off the top of my head here. Who else? Nicole Bizet. She writes fantastic music. I mean, we don't know each other too well, but there's always been a playfulness in our communication. Vincent Ho in Calgary, great composer. But man, you should I should say not but you should see his social media. It's fantastic. It's really funny. He's such an engaging personality, and I love his music. And so all these things, yes, you can be very silly and coexist within that whole classical music world. Thank you so much for your question. I know I went around and around with this answer, but hopefully that will say something to you or some hit home in some way. So be silly. Go enjoy classical music. All right. Thank you. And actually, I want to remind everyone that on December 2nd to 6th, 11 a.m. each day, 30 minutes, awaken your inner musicality, a journey of confidence, curiosity, and connection and playfulness. And this is free. It's 30 minutes every day. I'm just there to discuss approaching different works with curiosity, with playfulness, with storytelling. And it's a way to dive deeper into classical music. It's a lot of fun. It's online. Just go to my website, ericpico.com/webinar. Sign up. You'll see it there. And sign on up, and we'll see you then. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you soon.